Hey everybody, it's Darren from the Geek Cave podcast, and we are doing another Geek Cave Plays. I know, it's actually not been a month. It's only been a little while since we've done our last one. Trying to make it a little bit more regular as we are getting closer and closer to, Extra Life 2025. It's a big deal for us. We raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. And, as we do on the podcast, every month there is a gaming review called The Pile of Shame, where I take a look back at games over the past, games I might have missed, games that I bought and then never played, that kind of thing. And so, but this year's different. This year's the year of PlayStation, so we've been kind of going back through, the PlayStation library from PS1 all the way to PS5, playing some of our favorite titles, talking about them, or playing some titles we missed. And this month, we're revisiting a title that I actually really, really like, Darksiders. Came out originally on the PS3. We're playing the PS5 edition, so I guess it's a PS4 edition, technically. Yeah, it's a PS4 version. While that loads, just want to remind you that at geekcavepodcast.com, that's our website. Oh, good, we're in this part. So I'll have plenty of opportunity to talk to you about our fundraising for Extra Life because this part takes forever. So, all right, you see the big worm there? Big old sandworm. There he is. Yep. I hate him. You gotta navigate to the safe zones, right? But it is so slow. Get out of the sand as quickly as you can before that guy comes back, and of course the closer you get to the exit, harder it is not to just run for it. All that said though, just want to remind you that Halloween, October 31st, as well as November 1st, we're going to be playing video games for 24 hours, raising money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. It's the Extra Life campaign. We have some great prizes lined up. We're going to update the team page momentarily, in the next couple of days. Make sure you know all of the prizes that you could win just for donating any amount. And 100% of your donations go straight to Children's Miracle Network hospitals. We don't keep a penny. It's just a way for us to, kind of help out because I had a sister who received treatment from Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital in St. Louis. They're CMN hospital. We've got a couple other staffers who either have had kids in the hospital at a Children's Miracle Network hospital or through their other, full-time jobs have seen firsthand the work that CMN Hospitals does. So you can get all the details on that, donate, you can look into it, please look into it. Make sure that it's legit. I promise you it is, but you don't have to take my word for it. You check it out. geekcavepodcast.com. Okay. So this is probably my least favorite part of the game. I have beaten Darksiders before, but this part stinks because no matter how close you are to the exit, all it takes is one slip up and you're right back to the beginning. And you see how fast war moves in this sand. It is awful. And so you've really got to pick your spots. And hope that the worm doesn't catch up. You can lock on, but I find that doesn't help very much because, you're just watching the worm. And it's hard to kind of see the platform you're headed towards if you're just keeping an eye on the worm. Nope, get there. Oh, all right. Whew. But yeah, Extra Life 2025. We're going to start in the morning of October 31st, and then we will carry it over to, November 1st. I want to wait until he's as far away as possible. That's probably about as good as it's going to get. And, we're going to take 2 days to do it. That way we're not completely wiped out. And, we'll have some fun. I know in years past we've played Dungeons and Dragons at one point during the live stream. I don't know if we'll do that. We've got a couple people who are actually pretty sensitive to light, and using the big lights for the cameras is a problem. So, okay, I hope this wasn't a mistake. Get there. All right. So there's the exit. I just got to wait until this guy is as far away as possible. Because it's like the longest trek. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right. When I was doing some playtesting a couple nights ago, I got to that metal step right there and was eaten. I got sent all the way back, and I can't tell you how much I hate that. Anyway. So, Darksiders, you play as War, one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Unfortunately, you were triggered a bit too early, and so now War has to track down, he assumes it's a demon that is responsible, but either way, he's got to track down who's responsible, bring them to justice, that kind of thing. It's very Zelda meets a little bit of Dark Souls, not a lot, because this game is very forgiving. But it's Zelda meets more like God of War, classic God of War, not before Kratos became a dad for the second time. Not before Kratos chilled out. But, it's very combo-centric gameplay. Fighting monsters, all that good stuff. Sorry. Yes, thank you. But it's got that PS3 kind of clunky action game feel, if that makes sense. Where your attacks don't do nearly as much damage as you think they should. It takes forever to beat up some bad guys. There's chests to unlock. It's a grim, dark, super edgy kind of thing. But that is not a criticism, by the way. I enjoyed this game when it first came out. I am still enjoying it as I'm working my way through it. Coming up the first week of October, we will have our normal gaming episode where we'll have reviews of this as well as Hollow Knight Silksong. A brief review. I've played a little bit of it. I'm not sure about it, guys. I just don't think Hollow Knight is for me. Does that make sense? I don't hate it. I don't have any problems with people who like it. It just didn't do it for me. And it's not like a get-good mentality. I like Metroidvanias. There's several Metroidvanias that I really enjoy. I am just not a fan, for whatever reason, of Hollow Knight. I love the art style. We've even got like a gameplay video here, not on our Twitch channel, but if you're watching this on YouTube after we finish the live stream, you can find the Hollow Knight Silksong video. And judge for yourself. I think it's a very pretty game. And I think that the gameplay is probably exactly what it needs to be. It's not what I wanted it to be. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But we'll talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about Daemon X Machina 2 for the Nintendo Switch 2. Which, by the way, if you're a member of our Discord, you already know how you know one thing about how I feel about that. It comes with an instruction manual, guys. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you know how big of a deal that is. That's pretty fun. Alright. Loving the cannon. It's making it easy for a change. This is to make up for the sandworm area. Oh yeah, so currency, souls are your currency, right? This is a well-known jab at the game. Everything has souls. Like car, got a soul in it. Box has a soul for some reason. And I'm gonna have to drop down. Looks like I'm gonna have to drop down. I'm gonna drop my beautiful gun. Oh wait, can I go over there? Yeah, the downside is having any kind of weapon makes you super slow. Yeah, I hate that. What is that up there? Is that just another gun? Yeah. Alright. Couple health chests I don't need. I'm about to need though. When I first went through this game, I totally would have just fought these guys without the gun. Because I like the hack and slash. But, yeah, I'm going for efficiency. Speaking of our Discord, by the way, which you can join on our website, if you join the Discord, you get early access to podcasts. Like today, for example, we just dropped a new episode that goes up Wednesday. So you get access 1 or 2 days in advance, usually. I mean, it depends on how busy we all are, and by we all, I mean me. I do the editing, and sometimes I'm late. Sometimes I got a lot going on. Sometimes I'm just lazy. Alright, that was easy, I guess. What is... Yeah, I definitely feel this was to make up for the sandworm part. The player's going to be really frustrated after all that. Let's just let them cut loose a little bit. Oh, we got more. Okay. Done here. Nothing further this way to go. But yeah, in case you couldn't hear it over all the shooting, you really should join our Discord. You get early access to episodes. Guys, I am trying to do a sales pitch here. You find out firsthand about prizes and stuff we're doing for Extra Life and all that. Plus, you get to hang out and talk with us. Who doesn't want that? A bit much, guys. Come on. This is a legitimate gripe that I have with the game, is that these kind of corridors where you fight enemies can go on forever. Like, they're not long corridors, but you're constantly stopping to fight. And after a while, it's like, I just want to advance the plot. I also shouldn't be hurt by my own weapon. Call me kooky, but I should be able to use the weapon without hurting myself. The quiet before the bullcrap, probably. Let's find out. Bong. There it is. Horse is malnourished. Alright, enough fooling around. Don't you love when you get like a power activation and then they have a cutscene that cuts it short for reasons? Oh no, more of you guys. Camera is another problem. Like if you get too overwhelmed, you're in trouble. As you can see, the camera does what the camera wants to do. Alright, are we done here? Hey, that's the horse from the box.
Disappoint me, horseman. You look quite small from up here.
You can look me in the eye when I kill you.
Let's see how you fare, horseman. With only 2 legs to carry.
Okay, it's not much of a flex. You're on a horse. We can all see it. Now, I take it I'm supposed to be countering his attacks, but timing for countering's a bit odd, too. Calling me washed. hey, horse, calm down. Horse, what the heck, man?
What do you think you're doing?
Losing.
That thing's lost its mind. Kill it! Enough, I said. Finish it!
Run. I won't fight you.
You fool! I order you to break that knife.
And if I refuse, you'll kill me. I'll take my chances.
Yay, horsey!
Are you not entertained?
Finally, they kill enough of their kind, and they're just like, leave, just leave.
Tear in my eye. Go. These might be your only hope of finding the Stygian.
Alright, let's just get across this desert land again now that I have the horse. I like how the minimap completely disappears for a moment, you know, because it's not like you need that. No. Okay.
Glowing in its mouth, right before it turned you into kibble.
Okay. How do I not die? Yep, that's not working. That's the part that I don't get. You know, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and I'm still getting...
Done, but that was only practice for the Stygian, the biggest and meanest of them all.
Alright, let's see. Well, at least I'm on the right path. Alright, that's a good place to stop, I think, you know. Hey, look at that. Darksiders, we got a horse. We will give you a full review during our October episode, as well as reviews of Shinobi Art of Vengeance, a little bit of a mini review on Hollow Knight Silksong, and we'll have a whole lot of fun and chicanery and all that stuff. Be sure to check out our other podcasts, Comics and Movies, which are available on all of your favorite podcast services. And this Wednesday, a new movie podcast drops. You Want Me to Watch What? You don't want to miss it. Chad and Liz team up and they watch movies that the other one hasn't seen, and then they talk about it. So thanks a lot for hanging out with me. Don't forget about our Extra Life campaign at geekcavepodcast.com, raising money for Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. And I'll see you guys later.